back.
It's easy to...
God damn, dude. God, I love him so much. He's so good. Let's talk about Bill Burr, Bill Maher. I kind of want to save it for tomorrow almost because there's like really juicy bits in there apparently. Maybe give it a whole watch over the entire thing. Bill Burr, my goat, went on Bill Maher, not my goat, smug, annoying asshole Bill Maher show. Nah, you got 2 hours until gaming time? No, I don't. I'm going to go to dinner with my family. This is what he had to say.
That's where Harvard is. For a guy like you,
I know that.
That's got to be the Taj Mahal. I love that
I
bugs
hate
you.
Harvard. Are you kidding? Have you heard what's going on college campuses these days?
I don't watch the news.
You don't realize that college campuses erupted with the kids demonstrating for Hamas? They are in with the terrorists.
They were for the Palestinians.
Well, it's sort of the same cause. Why, are you?
Okay, sometimes not saying anything is so much better. Dude, that's such a good response. Oh, just using the dead space to his advantage. Oh my God, what a... You guys know I am the biggest dick rider of Bill Burr. You guys know this. I am going to dick ride him into... I'm going to be blowing bubbles on it for this, okay? Trigger warning. You are going to see some gay sex happening right now. Oh my God, I'm gonna lick his bald dome, okay? God damn. Nothing more devastating you can do on a comedy podcast as a comedian than hit him with dead air, okay? Straight up, just dead air. It is infinitely better than giving him a reaction because he's trying to draw a reaction out of him, and he just said nothing.
With the terrorists?
They were for the Palestinians.
Well, it's sort of the same cause. Why, are you?
I'm on the side of the kids.
Yeah, that's easy to say. You know, no one wants to see kids dead.
Yeah. That's so easy to say. It's so easy to say, even though I attributed being on the side of the student protesters to being pro-Hamas. That's so sick.
Dead. This is a war.
That was very brave of you to say that.
This is a war.
He cooked him. Yo. God, I love him, dude. Yeah, that's very brave of you to say.
Wants to see kids dead. This is a war.
That was very brave of you to say that.
This is a war. No, I'm the one who's actually brave on this.
Pat yourself on the back.
It's easy to...
God damn, dude. God, I love him so much. He's so good.
Say I'm for the kids. Who's not for the kids?
Well,
it comes down to real hard-nosed decisions. Like a country...
Stop talking like you're a general.
A country got attacked. Israel got attacked.
I'm not saying that they didn't have a right to go back. I'm just sitting there going like, how do I look at what...
We're the only country in the world that they get attacked, and then as soon as they counterattack, it's like, well, we got to stop this shit now. Don't attack them. There's a very simple solution to all this problem in the Middle East. Stop attack. That they get attacked, and then as soon as they counterattack, it's like, well, we got to stop this shit now. Don't attack them. There's a very simple solution to all this problem in the Middle East. Stop attacking Israel.
Hey, you
Stop
just solved
attacking
it.
Israel.
You just
I did.
solved it.
I actually did.
There you go. That's fantastic.
It's great because, like, you can tell he's not, like, super well equipped to have this conversation. But even he's like, come on, Bill. You're an idiot. You're an asshole. All right? All right, Bill? All right? Old Billy bitch tits? All right? You asshole.
Anyway.
All right.
We don't need to get onto that.
Let's go to Russia and the Ukraine. How do you solve that one, Bill? Let me hear your hard-nosed decision about that. Well, let me ask you a question. How is war still legal? With all the shit that's been canceled.
Legal.
Why is that still legal?
Would you like a real answer to that? Because for something to be illegal, you have to have the capacity to enforce it. And you can't enforce against war, or else you have to go to war with the country that's going to war. And we don't want to go to war with Russia over Ukraine.
I want to be as, like, cool and nonchalant when addressing, like, arrogant assholes like Bill Maher. Because, like, he is so... Like, when I hear him, I want to hurt him. Like, I want to hurt his feelings. I want to disrespect him. I want him to feel, like, the pain that he is justifying. You know what I mean? I can't be like as cool and as effortless in the way that Bill Burr is always able to carry himself in, where he's just so quick. He's very quick-witted, which I love. But he also is just like, yeah, why are you talking like a general? You know what I mean? Like, he's not even addressing, he's just addressing directly the aesthetics of his argument. Okay? And he's doing a phenomenal job of dismantling. He's doing a phenomenal job of dismantling Bill Maher on the virtues that Bill Maher cares about the most. Right? Okay, I know I said I was going to blow bubbles on it, but like I'm looking at this as like propaganda, okay? You're not understanding. Yes, I'm blowing bubbles on it, but then I'm also giving you good reason as to why I'm blowing bubbles on it, because I'm also carefully like extracting more out of this conversation, this 2-minute conversation, than you otherwise would. Like, there's one way to look at this and just like laugh at it. And then there's another way to look at it and like carefully analyze the way that he is deflecting arguments, even when he doesn't have all of the information. Okay. And he's also like, he's neutralizing grenades that are being thrown at him, right? He's over here like saying, oh, dude, you know, oh, these kids are pro Hamas. They want Jewish rape to happen, or whatever the fuck he's saying. And he doesn't address any of the points at all. He's just like, all right, asshole, calm down. I'm with the kids. Okay. You're elegantly galloping on it. Is this how we sound when we talk about Hasan and other chats? I hope so.
Go to war with the country that's going to war. And we don't want to go to war with Russia over Ukraine. What would be the sense of making it illegal? Oh, that's really going to stop Putin. No. To stop people from going to war, you have to also put boots.
Can't sit down and talk it out. Why can't Putin do a podcast with the head guy? Like, you just solved the Middle East on a podcast. Why can't they solve what they're doing on a podcast?
This is why this is not your thing.
Make some hard-nosed decisions. It's not your thing. It's what you.
It is my thing.
It isn't your thing.
Okay, I want to see more of this now. Yeah. I mean, he's obviously with him when he's like, yeah, why doesn't Putin do a podcast? That's a joke, Bill. He's making fun of you, dumbass. He's making fun of you. You don't even understand. And you're such a smug piece of shit that you went, this is why this is my thing and not your thing. Idiot. God, he's so stupid. This clip had more at the end? Okay, let's watch that one.
You don't realize that
Acid Communist, one of the best Twitter Hasanabi heads out there.
College campuses erupted.
Let me hear your hard-nosed decision.
No.
At least on a podcast. Why can't they solve what they're doing on a podcast?
This is why this is not your thing.
Make some hard-nosed decisions. It's not your thing. It's what you.
It is my thing.
It isn't your thing.
This is not your thing.
You're like that guy that has a fantasy football team and thinks he's a GM.
No. No.
That's exactly what it is. Like, why am I listening to you like you've done something? What have you done in Washington? Nothing.
My goat, dude. See, sometimes, okay, I need to explain something to you. Sometimes the reason why I take certain positions without directly addressing the root cause is for this exact same reason. Like, whenever people used to come up and talk about like women's sports, okay, in high school, I was like, why do you care? Do you care? Do you actually care about this? Have you ever watched women's sports in high school? Have you ever watched girls play basketball or some shit? No, you haven't. Shut the fuck up. The reason why I would do that, and a lot of people would get mad at me, including that famous, except for Drake. Drake definitely does care about girl sports. If you guys recall the famous clip of me yelling at Catboy, one of the elderly, at this point, like elder trans members in this community. The reason why that video, that clip of me yelling at him exists out there is because we had this altercation. Catboy Collector was like, here are the real reasons why, like, here's what you should be using as your argument. And he's like, he literally like does this for research too. So that was the other reason why he was extra upset, right? Because he was like, these are the old, not that old, it's not what the no, but like, an elderly Hasanabi head, considering like how many months he's been in the community, right? The reason why Catboy yelled at me was specifically because of that, because of the Christian Walker conversation, where like I did a pretty good job of dealing with his talking points, and yet like all the debate perverts turned around and were like, "Oh my God, you got owned," and then everybody was like, Vosh specifically had said that alongside with, Octoberelli, Divorcelli, and a lot of people were coming in and chirping at me. Right. A lot of people were coming in and chirping at me saying like, you just don't have the capacity to deal with this conversation because you weren't using like factually correct empirical evidence or whatever. Right. And that's when I popped off on Catboy and I was like, shut the fuck up. Your life is miserable. Every day of your life is going to be even more miserable than the last, fuck you, whatever. Right. And people still use that clip to this day to be like, Hasan is transphobic, which is a laughable statement. And the thing is, the argument that I was utilizing in that situation was exactly like what Bill is doing in this circumstance. Sometimes it's literally better to just like tackle the aesthetics. Sometimes it's better to tackle the aesthetics with a broader audience, especially on an issue where you're like, why do you care about this? Right? Like, why the do you care about this? Do you actually care about this? You bringing this up so much despite not looking great even now, lol? Wait, what do you mean? You bring this up so much despite not looking great even now, lol? No, it was a first of all, I'm bringing it up because like Catboy and I made up, and he's a valuable, esteemed member of this community to this day. And he also came to that same conclusion as well. You yelled at me too, but it's all good. Yes, if you are an outspoken trans chatter, I have probably yelled at you in this community for most likely the same exact reasons that I'm trying to describe and communicate. When I talk about trans issues, I do not talk to trans people. When I'm talking about trans issues, I am talking to transphobic people. Well, some of them might be internalized transphobia, but for the most part, I am talking to the broadest subsect of the American population. Okay? It's not you. You're already trans. You know how shit is fucked up. That's why sometimes I use tools that I think are better at convincing people. I agree with everything you're saying. I just think that you'll be miserable every day alone was way, way over the top. It was for the same reason, lol. I like to shut up when you talk about trans issues because I know you talking to transphobes and they would never listen to me. Yes, the conversation is about, the conversation is never about you. I mean, it is about you in the sense that we're talking about trans existence, but it's never for you. It's for transphobes. That video of you opening Catboy's gift is endearing as fuck, bro. I know. It made me feel really bad about what I had said. I mean, I felt bad about what I had said already, but like I felt even worse, especially because at the time I didn't even like, I was not being considerate at all. Burr knows that Maher is going for the centrist aesthetic, is only for the aesthetics, and he knows where to get him. It will sting. Exactly. Bill Maher is just destiny, but for Gen Xers. That's funny. It's a good take. Yeah, I love what Bill Burr says is clearly a jab, but also appeals to Maher's arrogant, condescending character so that he keeps yapping. Great way to get the audience on your side. Exactly. But what if you read enough wiki pages on the subject you're discussing? Yeah. Good luck to you then. What is this? This is from September 24, 2022. Because people won't shut up about this, Hasan isn't transphobic for saying he hopes my life is terrible. Closest thing to transphobia in his rant was assuming I don't have extensive debate and research experience on trans shit, which is a reasonable assumption to make about a chatter. But even then, that is just a microaggression that he did based on the fact that he has years of political experience, not because he thinks trans people are stupid. He couldn't have known that I've been exhaustively researching and debating trans issues daily for the last 6 years. I was literally being a piss baby over the fact that a 30-year-old cis man didn't know all the immersed lore I do about trans people. Being able to rattle off statistics and evidence from memory as easily as I can isn't a normal standard to hold cis people to. I wouldn't consider someone transphobic across the board over an accidental microaggression, dude. Everyone is transphobic in that case, but at least Hasan uses his gigantic platform to defend trans people. I even said that in my original admittedly inflammatory comment. He's been very obviously anti-transphobic. In literally any other instance he's ever brought up trans people during this time as a leftist commentator. His transphobic rant was right after he defended trans people for 3 hours straight. Like, cool, he was mean to me when I literally provoked him. Stop trying to make me a victim over something I don't feel victimized for. Hasan is a net positive for trans people. I genuinely don't care if he was unnecessarily mean to a trans person, me, one single time. After a visibly stressful debate about trans people, this is the only statement I'm ever going to make on the issue. It's asinine. I don't even think I saw this. He went on a bit more. This was months ago, and literally right after I said it, I apologized in the Discord because I was heated. Yeah, I mean, this was more than 2 years ago at this point. It's pretty funny. I don't know. I still think the jury's out. Yes, I'm a foe. Stop trying to make me a victim over something I don't feel victimized for. I think certain people in other communities really need to hear that one. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I would have liked it if I had seen it back then. But ultimately, yeah, people still use that as a clip. People still use that as a clip to this day. Like, genuinely, openly transphobic people will literally be like, Hasan is transphobic. And it's like, bro, you are literally transphobic. You think trans people should die. What do you mean? Like, I'm seeing your tweets. It's not invisible, right? Like, I can see the other tweets that you have tweeted about wanting all trans people to die and how they are groomers. What leads you to believe that others will look at what you are saying right here in this moment and go, well, that's an ally right there. Like, it is almost as stupid as someone running around and saying such frivolous, ridiculous nonsense like, white people should be allowed to say the N-word, but also if a white person says the word cracker, I am going to be very upset. I'm going to be very, very upset. Well, on that note, that's all I got for today. Peace out, everybody. I got to run. I didn't even get to talk about the white boy cracker saga, cracker discord, cracker discourse once again. That was going to be a fun one. I can't believe I forgot to do that.